Good morning, everyone. For Telesur, I'm Cody Weddle in Caracas, Venezuela. As new U.S. sanctions take effect on Venezuela, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has called it another false step by the U.S. Now, Maduro made the comments after meeting with UNASUR Secretary General Ernesto Samper in Caracas yesterday. Samper says his organization will support Venezuela following the actions by the United States. He also condemns Washington's attempt to destabilize a democratic country. The U.S. State Department will expand the number of Venezuelan officials and nationals who will be denied U.S. visas on allegations of human rights abuses and corruption. In Mexico, President Enrique Peña Nieto has come under fire for the security reform he announced in response to the violent attack against Ayotzinapa students last September. His initiative is aimed at putting local police under state and federal control. But critics say the proposal is superficial and does not address the human rights issue in Mexico, nor profound corruption in all levels of government. Here's Clayton Kahn.
President Peña Nieto's reform is passed by Congress, a greater presence of Mexico's federal police will become a common sight in violence-stricken states such as Jalisco, Tamaulipas, Michoacán, or Guerrero, where the 43 Ayotzinapa students were attacked and disappeared by local police and later allegedly handed over to the Guerreros Unidos drug cartel.
This new law will establish new mechanisms so that Federation can take over municipal-level services or, if necessary, dissolve a city council when sufficient indications exist that the local government's authority is involved in organised crime.
Yet analysts say the measure, known as the Unified Police Command, is superficial and seeks to shy away from corruption and abuses at higher levels.
This proposal is based on the belief that the structures at the municipal level are the most corrupt. It doesn't recognize that many of these same practices, these same deficiencies exist at the state and federal levels.
Senators from opposition parties that are currently deliberating the bill say that the president's vision is contrary to what should be. They say the best way to undermine local police and political infiltration by organized crime is to strengthen the autonomy and democracy of local governments.
We need to guarantee a process of democratization, specifically at the local government level, and give it the legal authority of a community council, where all political parties could be represented. Social organizations should also be able to participate more.
The president's reform is expected to face resistance among lawmakers as leading opposition parties are calling to veto the bill. In recent days, leading cabinet members have lobbied the ruling Institutional Revolutionary Party to negotiate its passage. Clayton Kahn, Telesur, Mexico City.
And thanks to Clayton, the government of Honduras and World Bank representatives have met in the Honduran capital of Tegucigalpa. Now, they met to sign deals to allow foreign companies to mine in the country. With more, here's Gerardo Torres.
Foreign mining companies are present in 14 of the 18 departments in Honduras. In 2012, the government gave 487 additional mining permits, and under a new agreement with the World Bank, another 839 look to be given. However, activists are concerned that mining is destroying the country.
In the Syria Valley, 21 of the 23 rivers in the municipalities of El Porvenir and San Ignacio have disappeared because of a high water demand in the mining industry, and mining has dried the soil in that area.
The disappearance of the rivers is a direct result of the Entre Mares mining project of the Canadian Gold Corporation, and it is directly affecting local people.
People have the right to water and to life. We have expressed ourselves very clearly. We are against mines because under the mining project, there are 5 water wells for our community, supplying water for 12,000 people.
The new agreement signed with the World Bank will double the presence of international mining companies without any community consultation. This is part of President Hernandez's push for further private international companies in the country. Gerardo Torres, Telesur, Central America.
Thanks to Gerardo. Ecuador and Peru are joining forces to combat human trafficking in the region. For more now on their plans, here's our correspondent Liz Sherfius.
The Interior Ministries of Ecuador and Peru are working together to fight the flow of human trafficking across their shared border. As part of the agreement, Ecuador and Peru have prioritized the sharing of information, creation of joint procedures, and facilitating exchange between officials from both countries through common trainings.
Este convenio marco pretende, por un lado, proteger a las víctimas de trata, ¿no? Sean de Ecuador o de Perú, que estén en territorio.
This agreement aims to protect the victims of trafficking of Ecuador and Peru, whether in Peru or in Ecuadorian territory, and to promote joint action between police forces so that the police can exchange information, break up gangs, and rescue victims. They have had positive results in 2014. They have run operations that disbanded gangs between Ecuador and Peru, mainly in cases where there have been sexual exploitation. So they are still working on this because it's known that there is a crime that crosses borders.
Se tiene conocimiento de que este delito transgrede estas fronteras, ¿no? Entonces se llega, sí tenemos casos de víctimas ecuatorianas en Perú e inclusive víctimas peruanas en Ecuador.
In 2014 alone, there are 400 reported cases of trafficking in Ecuador, and 12 individuals were sentenced for their involvement. 8 in 10 of the victims were sexually exploited. As the majority of human trafficking cases occur regionally, not leaving Latin America, organizations have expressed the need for the creation of common legislation and legal processes between those countries of transit.
Yo creo que es indispensable la uniformidad de procedimientos, legislaciones comunes.
I think it is indispensable that procedures are made uniform, that there is a common legislation. And I also think that what has been seen in these cases, what is needed, is that public institution staff have similar training. This means judges, lawyers, and police. The police are key in these cases of trafficking, of transnational trafficking.
Que es clave en los temas de trata en estos redes internacionales, transnacionales de tráfico.
By agreeing to share information on cases, train officials, and enforce legislation, Ecuador and Peru have recognized that human trafficking, a transnational issue, needs a transnational answer. Liz Sherfius, Telesur, Ecuador.
Thanks to Liz. Taking a look around the world now, UK taxpayers have to date forked out $15 million on a 2-year-old standoff at the Ecuadorian embassy. The effort is to stop WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange from leaving the UK and seeking asylum in Ecuador. Overnight, the price tag for the United Kingdom's siege of the Ecuadorian embassy in London hit £10 million or $15 million. A WikiLeaks spokesperson points out that the cost of the controversial police operation has now exceeded the budget of the Iraq War inquiry. The inquiry was established in 2009 to critique the UK's role in the 2003 U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. The number of deaths from the plane crash in Taiwan increased to 32 yesterday, with 15 injured and 12 still missing. Rescue teams still searching for those who are missing. Submarine operators and soldiers have been working all night. The Taiwanese Air Security Council also announced that Chinese experts are participating in the investigation into the accident. Taiwanese authorities further confirmed that 2 black boxes, the flight data recorder and the cabin voice recorder, were found and will be analyzed to investigate the causes of the accident. During a meeting with French President François Hollande yesterday, Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras expressed his confidence in being able to reach an agreement on Greek debt. Now, during the meeting, both leaders agreed that the European Union should change its focus and concentrate more on economic growth and employment in Greece. Hollande says Europe should show more solidarity and offered to help Greece in negotiating its debt. Tsipras and his finance minister are touring the continent and meeting with other leaders throughout Europe. In the 38th Empire State Building run-up, Susie Walsham ran for a 6th straight time and set a new record. Christian Rito won the men's division. Check it out. The annual race has contestants climb over 1,500 steps from the ground floor to the observatory deck on the 86th floor of the iconic New York City landmark. Riedel finished the race in 10 minutes and 16 seconds, beating out last year's winner. Walsham, an Australian who resides in Singapore, is 41 years old. She finished the race in 12 minutes in 30 seconds. This year, 193 runners competed in the race coming from 10 different countries. Those included Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Norway, and the United States. More on those stories and others at our websites, telesurtv.net/English. For Telesur English, I'm Cody Weddle. Have a great day.